Hello, it's Christine, the haunt girl, here with my husband. He is driving. We're on a curvy, beautiful mountain view, valley view type road on our way out of Rancho Mirage. Is that
Palm Desert area.
Palm Springs.
Yeah,
We were in Palm Springs and we played an escape room. And it was escape games at the river. Escape games at the river.
In Rancho Mirage.
In Rancho Mirage, just outside of Palm Springs. And we played the 221B apartment game, mystery themed. Was
Basically Sherlock Holmes.
It was not Sherlock Holmes.
Right.
It was everything but Sherlock Holmes. It's based on the concept, but I guess it was a copyright thing. I'm not really sure why they
It wasn't
didn't
called
do.
that. It definitely wasn't called that.
It wasn't called Sherlock Holmes.
But it had the pipe in the hat.
But the pipes and the hat, yeah, and then like the mystery and the murder and the Baker Street
Bad English accent.
and the accents. So yes, they did have cute videos at the beginning. I mean, they were the ones that everybody has, but it was cool. The room looked like an office because it was set in an office. I'm not sure what year.
I'm not sure. It was definitely a year after they've invented lots of different padlocks.
Yes, definitely a year sometime after the invention of many letter and number locks and key locks. That was true. and
lamination. It was
and
a year after
lamination. Yes, they had a lot of laminated stuff, a lot of laminated puzzles in the game. The puzzles were not bad. Some were clever. One was really clever. One actually was really clever.
There were some interesting ideas.
Some of the ideas were similar to things we'd seen before, but different enough that we got a little confused. Because we started thinking the way that we always think, going, oh, it must be this is how it normally is, and then it was different. So that's not bad. That's a good thing. So it means it was creative.
Yeah, there was, absolutely. I would agree.
It lacked immersion, in my opinion. I felt like it could have been way more immersive.
It definitely lacked immersion. Yeah, definitely lacked immersion.
I'm not ever a huge fan of that typing on the screen clue system either. I wish people would be a little more clever with their clue system, but I get it. It's functional. It's in a mall, not a strip mall, I guess, but like a
I don't know what to call that kind of mall, but it's definitely
like a strip mall.
Yeah.
Like it's got no food courts, but lots of little restaurants like Cheesecake Factory and that barbecue place that we ate that was really good. But it was like a mall game. Yeah.
Yeah, it
was a good mall game. Yeah. If for people who don't play hundreds of escape rooms, I'm sure it's immersive enough. The puzzles are clever enough.
Immersive enough.
It's
got a really high price point for what it is.
Yes.
For it not being very immersive.
It's not, and it's also a first gen room, which means that it's very basic locks and that old fashioned style of game that was around a few years ago and was really impressive a few years ago. But now with all of the new high tech rooms, it doesn't really compete in that market. But for where it is and the lack of competition nearby, there's only one other company near it.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, for a couple hours.
For a couple hours.
We're driving like an hour,
2 hours to get to
2 hours to get to the next room. So yeah, I mean, for the lack of competition, they're not in the middle of Los Angeles. They're out past Palm Springs. So they don't need to be spending a ton of money on high-tech, immersive, crazy props and things to be a decent game for the area. So yeah, my only real complaint about the entire game, besides the lack of, the lack of immersion and the amount of laminated stuff, because I really hate laminated stuff in rooms. It's just, I find it so repetitive and awful and gamey and not immersive. But anyway, aside from that, there was only one real problem I had with a puzzle. And I felt like the very final puzzle of this room, it just reminded me of like when a kid comes home from school and says, hey, I have a puzzle for you, and they like say like a word thing, and then like they're just out to trick you. And that's what it felt like. That's exactly what it felt like to me. And so I was a little frustrated with the final puzzle, and the final lock stuck, so we couldn't turn one of the things we needed to turn to get to the right letter or number on the thing. What is those little things called? The little turnstile thing. I couldn't turn it. It wouldn't move. It was stuck. And like I was smacking it on the table, getting frustrated. I was like, it won't turn. So that was really frustrating. So when you have a kind of a jacked up lock in combination with a puzzle that is something that feels like it's out to trick you, and not in a fun way, but in like a schoolboy sort of mean way, that's not how I like to end a game. We did solve it. We solved it like in the last second, but we didn't get it in the lock, in the janky lock, in time. So technically we didn't get out, but we solved it in the last couple seconds. We spent a long time trying to get the lock to work though, and we also spent a lot of time throughout the game doing the wrong thing, I think. Like, we didn't know where we were supposed to be, what we were working on. The flow wasn't really there, and things weren't working right. Like, there was this one puzzle that things just didn't work right.
Yeah.
It was the one non-lock, sort of non-laminated puzzle. So, well, it's still kind of laminated, I guess. It's still laminated! But yeah, like, something needed to work, and it didn't really work well. Like, it could have been done better.
We've seen this concept done multiple times.
We've seen it done well, and this wasn't that.
It was tedious and time-consuming and frustrating ultimately.
Yeah.
Because you know how to solve it, but you just can't get it quite right. I don't want to say anything else, but yeah.
Yeah, it was frustrating. But I mean, if you're in the area, play their games, check them out, get your own opinion.
And we only played one.
We only played one of their games.
Their most popular room seems to be their Egyptian room. It was completely booked for most of the day. So
we didn't get a chance to play that one. And then by all means, if you happen to be out here and you're from the Los Angeles area or Burbank area, wherever, and you're driving home on, what road are we on?
I don't even know.
This road, it's really pretty.
I think it was the 111, and then it turned.
Yeah, it didn't take us like because we're going to a different place. We're going to
we're to Temecula.
Temecula. So it's not exactly on the way, but it's way prettier. It's really nice. It's gorgeous. Here, I'm gonna show you. I'll show you out the window in a second. But thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more of the games that we've played, I have a list up on my blog along with a lot of reviews that are both written, and I have other reviews here on my YouTube channel. Also, if you could give the video one of these if you liked it, and subscribe, we'd appreciate it. Thanks so much.